Thank you, RJ.
No problem.
Tonight's game on the Penn Indians Football Network brought to you by U-Pull and Pay, Premier Medical Services, Grease Transportation, and by Mr. Water Heater. Indians coming off a loss last week at North Allegheny. The Woodland Hills Wolverines, a big win last week, defeating Connellsville by a score of 60-20. Dante Pollard back for the Indians, number 12 to number 10 to the near side is Derek Topek. And on the far side of the field is Justin Posey. And we are underway at the Wolverina. The Indians will hit this, watch it bounce at the 10. Picked up at the 10-yard line, looking for somewhere to go, coming to the near side, Dante Pollard. Pollard still on his feet, across the 30, the 35, and pushed out of bounds right in front of us. See about where they mark him, at the 36-yard line, 37-yard line?
37, and so it stepped out, pushed out of bounds by Harris Seibels of Woodland Hills.
It would be to our advantage if all plays go to the far side of the field, RJ.
Yes, very much so. We won't have to look around corners and everything and through railings. But a beautiful night nonetheless, though. Even if we are outside, it's a nice night to enjoy it.
Indians start things off on the ground. Picking up about 3 yards is Jawan Brown. Julian Duggar keeps it on the ground again, near side. Derek Topek close to the midfield stripe. We'll have a first down. They will mark him at the 50-yard line. Pickup of about 10. And the Indians had difficulty rushing the football last week, and the Indians are getting, they got 13 yards on the first 2 plays.
Using motion to their advantage and staying outside the tackle box and being able to pick up some yards.
Julian Duggar, the freshman, will throw. Comes to the near side, rolling to his left, will keep it himself. Picks up about 2 yards. Does not take the sack. And lives to fight another day.
A smart play there, rolled out of the pocket to the near side. No one was open downfield, saw the edge rusher right in his face. Used his mobility to his advantage, was able to pick up 3 yards on the gain.
Well, she's not. Wolverines jump off sides. That'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Indians. Duggar keeps it himself, has a lane inside the 40, the 35, the 30. Up the sideline, out of bounds, at about the 25-yard line. Making the tackle was the Woodland Hills Wolverines, Brandon Jones. But Duggar picks up a first down.
It was a beautiful block by Jaden Duggar. It looks like they officially mark him out at the 27-yard line.
That's about 16 yards.
But that was that block by Jaden Duggar. That's what opened up that outside lane for Julian to pick up the 16-yard rush.
Duggar with the inside handoff to Dante Pollard to the right. And look at that scrum. We're playing some rugby here. That looks like it'll be another Indian first down. On about the 14-yard line, another 13 yards for the Indians, and another first down.
That was just some good hard-nosed football there. Saw the scrum going around Pollard, and then the offensive lineman followed back and kind of gave like the Reggie Bush, the Bush push, and kept going down and got close to to the 1st and goal.
I got to tell you, some great camera shots here by our great photographer, Helen. Duggar will throw, looking right side of the end zone, has a man going up, but unable to come down with it. It was Chase Barney. First throw of the game by Julian Duggar.
I like the aggressiveness, the outside fade there, going toward Chase Barney, and we've had effectiveness running the ball, throw a pass there, try to catch him off guard, and you still got, this is 4 down territory when you're this close to the end zone.
Duggar loses the football and falls on it himself. He'll lose about 2 yards, but heads up play by the young freshman. Duggar will throw. Looks right, rolls to his left, has a little bit of room, looks again. Cuts back to his right, shake and bake by the freshman inside the 10. Duggar down to close to the 5-yard line. I think they're down about the 6, picks up 8 on the 3rd down.
Impressive play there by the freshman. Being able to keep the play alive, almost looked like he was going to throw it away and then cut back to the middle. He had a man look like open in the end zone was Jaden Duggar, but tucked it instead, didn't want to force anything, picked up a couple yards and gives a chip shot field goal potentially here for the Indians.
Jonas Silverman will try a 25-yarder. Didn't have the opportunity to kick one last week. And the kick is blocked. Indians will fall on it at the 22-yard line. So the Indians have a nice drive. It goes for naught. Woodland Hills will take over at their own 20-yard line. Now that the Wolverine offense that scored 60 points last week will get an opportunity on the field.
Yeah, behind junior quarterback Deontay Williams, over 270 yards through the air, 4 touchdowns, an impressive performance by the junior quarterback.
Woodland Hills keeps it on the ground. Kayleen Brooks. Maybe a yard. And it'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Wolverines. Scrambling to the left. 1st down, Wolverines. That's Deontay Williams. That's a dangerous part of it is the scrambling.
Yeah, that was initial drop back. The quick pass isn't there. Just go out of the pocket, went to the far side. And you're going to see him. He was the one who had the opening kickoff. He will play defense, punt return. You're going to see him throughout the night, not just in the quarterback position, due to his athleticism, and you saw it right there on that 2nd down carry.
Woodland Hills straight ahead. Taylon Brooks for about 5.
Taylon Brooks had 8 attempts, scored two touchdowns also in that game against Connellsville, 66 total yards on the evening.
Clock running under 6.5 to go in the opening quarter. We are scoreless. Penn Hills, Woodland Hills. Here at the famed Wolverina in Turtle Creek. And Brooks ahead for a couple. Topek with the tackle for the Indians. It's third and about 3.
A nice job by Topek to go around the pile as Brooks initially went into the middle and started to bounce out, and Topek was right there to wrap him up and prevent him from getting that first down and see if the Indians can stand tall here and force potentially a punt.
Williams waiting for the snap. Gives it to Brooks, and the Indians will stuff him for a loss. It'll bring up a 4th down. And a late flag comes in.
No, I will say that it was a nice job up front by Claude Evangelos. He was the one that got through the initial stop on Brooks and forced him back, and then I don't know if we got a little extracurriculars afterwards.
Wow, that's a 15-yarder against Woodland Hills. That will take any idea of them trying to go for it on 4th down here.
That's just the unnecessary. That's where this rivalry is going to play. The emotions are going to come in. The play was already over. You're going to the sideline at that time because you're coming off of the punt anyways. There's no reason to give a shove and throw something there at the end.
So Topek will be back to field the punt if Woodland Hills does in fact kick it, which I would assume they would. High kick. Topek will let it bounce at the 40-yard line. Takes a little bit of a Woodland Hills roll and will go dead at the 40-yard line. 5:19 to go, first quarter. We are scoreless. Penn Hills, Woodland Hills, both sides feeling each other out here. Indians with the ball at the 40, good field position. Their opening drive, they moved downfield, RJ, but they were unable to get the Silverman kick off. It was blocked. In fact, you surprised they went for the field goal instead of going for it on 4th down?
4th and 5. I'm not that early in the game. I think I'd go for the field goal as well. If it was maybe like 4th and 2 and you can get a good rushing play off, and you know you only need a couple yards, you might go for it there. But I don't mind the going for the field goal early enough. Your defense paid you back. Got the ball back now here. Can Penn Hills keep the momentum they had offensively and use that rushing attack and then see if they can get the play action and that passing going with Julian Duggar?
Well, I agree with you. Indians had a bit of trouble with the offensive line last week. It seems they've corrected most of it, except for the blocked field goal.
And that could have been one of those things, a low kick too. Also a tight angle. You're on that far hash. You're trying to make sure you get it through first.
Kicking into the trees.
Yeah, you got a weird background. You're used to seeing wide open spaces maybe. So everything could play a little role into it.
Indians will line it up. Julian Duggar, the freshman quarterback for the Indians, twins to his left. And it'll come this way with the Indians on the little reverse. Noel Roach we pushed out of bounds after a pickup of about 6. He's 6 for 6. So we're glad you're enjoying tonight's broadcast here on the Penn Hills Indians Football Network. For those of you watching, appreciate it. If you will just click that subscribe button on your screen and subscribe to our channel. Help us continue bringing you Penn Hills Indians football for free. Duggar will scramble for the first down, keeps it himself, gets into Woodland Hills Wolverine territory at the 46-yard line. That's a pickup of 8.
And that was a beautiful play by Julian Duggar.
Brought to you by our sponsor, Snuggle.
Right in front of us here. Don't forget about Flex Seal right there as well. But a nice play. The hesitation, that's what created that openness to allow him to pick up that first down.
Duggar looks like he wants to throw, scrambles to his right. Has Wolverines in front of him, has a lot of teal. But manages to get back to the original line of scrimmage. No gain. The Wolverines in the teal helmets with black trim, teal jerseys with black numbers, white pants. Indians in the red helmets, white jerseys, gold pants.
Yeah, nice job there by Woodland Hills. Defensive end Michael James. He was the one that made that pressure to force Duggar out of the pocket.
A hard 2 for Topek. Third and 8 now for the Indians. Wolverines nearly jumping off sides. Duggar, wide receiver screen right side, and through the hands of Justin Posey. Brings up a 4th down. And they're going to bring out the punt team with Jonas Silverman, it appears. And why not? They're close to midfield. Play the field position game. Silverman with some boomers last week at North Allegheny. Silverman inside his own 45-yard line. Tries to angle it right side. Hits at the 20-yard line, takes an Indian bounce to the 15, and looks like it will go dead about the 14-yard line. 3:15 to go here in the scoreless first quarter. Penn Hills, Woodland Hills. Wolverines getting it deep in their own yard, in their own territory at the 14-yard line. Wolverines on the road next week at North Hills. The Indians will have 2 straight home games, hosting Kiski and Pine Richland on the next 2 Saturday nights.
Yeah, I saw that with originally supposed to play Upper St. Clair, but that game was postponed.
They canceled that to have to work in the conference opponent.
Yep. So Saturday night games, that'll be a treat. You know, not too many happen anymore in the WPIAL. Used to be a regular function. One team used to do it up in Lawrence County, Shenango, the Wildcats. They used to play Saturdays all the time to offset, get a bigger crowd. And you see the next couple weeks for Penn Hills, especially against the 6A runner-ups in WPIL, Pine Richland, dropping down to Class 5A this year. As there was a media timeout on the field. Tonight having also in the arena, the Wolf Arena, KDK AM.
And whether you're watching us on the Indians Football Network or the Trib Live High School Sports Network, thank you for joining us. Bill Navari along with RJ Licey. Woodland Hills will throw as a man wide open and a flat on the near side at the 25-yard line. Hauling it in was Tarek Scipio. – 16 yards and a first down for the Wolverines.
A nice simple out route and beautiful timing between QB and wide receiver. Ball fluttered a little bit in the air, but got there plenty of time. And easy pitch and catch for the 16 yards and the first down. First real passing play we have seen tonight between either team.
Woodland Hills wants to throw again, but they will scramble to the near side. Deontay Williams. Pushed out of bounds by Derek Topek at about the 35-yard line. Pick up an 8 out to the 38-yard line. Clock will stop with 3:02 to go. First quarter, we are scoreless. Penn Hills, Woodland Hills. Williams grabs a snap, keeps it, breaks the tackle in the backfield, and then will wind up getting brought down at the 38-yard line. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, it appears, for no gain. And a late flag will come in. Well, the refs are discussing.
A little conclave here to decide.
I'll try to watch on the.
After the play was over, personal foul. Late hit, number 57 of the offense.
That's 2, I believe.
That is 2. Coming in there. The play's over. It's the pile. He dives in on the pile at the end there. No reason to do that. That's just a mental gap right there by Woodland Hills. Cost them last time. Weren't able. Had 4th and short.
It was third. It was going to be 3rd and 2.
Yes, it was going to be 3rd and 2. It would have stayed exactly where it was because he got right back to the line of scrimmage. But nonetheless, back him up 15 yards.
Now Williams is going to have to get these Wolverines 17 yards for a first down. Has Brooks behind him. Williams rolls to his left, goes to throw, gets the pass out. The pass is caught well short of the first down. It's about 6 yards. Yeah, it brings up a 4th down. So now Pollard goes back about his own 40-yard line. Indians at the moment winning the field position game here. But we're still scoreless. 2.5 to go here in the first. High kick. Takes a nice Woodland Hills bounce. Topek fields it. Looks to me Pollard will field it. Thinking about the 22-yard line. Again, our vantage point is very poor. We're doing the best we can. You know, but I have to tell you, though, Pollard, he ran out and got that because that was taking a whopper of a Woodland Hills roll.
Yes.
He probably saved the Indians another 10, 15 yards on that one.
He did. It looked like it was probably going to roll out around the 15-yard line, you know, if not further, depending on if it catches right on the nose of the ball. Picks it up, and, yeah, he gets swarmed for the tackle and doesn't really get anywhere, but keeps the ball at the 25-yard line, respectable starting field position for the Indians.
That was a nice bounce for Woodland Hills. That thing hit the ground, and it just took off. So now the Indian offense on the field at their own 25-yard line.
I want to see if the Indians can get a passing game going. They've run it every time so far. A lot of the times haven't been able to connect on a pass truly yet.
Indians will come this way. Pollard out to about the 33-yard line, about 8 yards.
Tackled by Woodland Hills, 42, Brandon Jones.
And the Indians will take 2nd and 2 all night long.
Beautiful run to the near side. Pollard hesitation, making sure lanes open up, and then hitting him as fast and hard as he can, and able to pick up 8 yards easily.
Topek will give the Indians a first down, about 4 yards. And the Indians move the sticks. Clock rolling. 1:40 to go here in the first quarter. Again, we're still scoreless. Penn Hills, Woodland Hills. Dogger will throw. Pass complete out to the near side. Nice pickup. Jaden Duggar for 9 yards. Jaden caught Julian's first ever touchdown pass at the varsity level last week. And it's 2nd and 1. And the Indians will come quickly to the line. Indians keep it on the ground. First down and more. Derek Topek to the 41-yard line. 13 yards, first down Indians. And the Indians exploding through those holes.
Offensive line is creating a lot of gaps for these running backs and sealing the edge, and big rushes are coming.
Why not? Go back to the same thing. Topek inside the 30. Down to about the 25-yard line. Another first down. That's 16 yards. Topek 33 yards in this drive alone. Dogger keeps it himself. The freshman rolls to the right, tries to get inside the 20-yard line and does. And will go out of bounds about the 17-yard line.
A little bit of the read option there with Duggar. And Topek just looking at it and seeing the end crash in, so Duggar just keeps it himself, rolls out to the far side.
On this drive so far for the Indians on first down, 8 yards, 9 yards, 16 yards, and now 8 yards. So you pick up that kind of yardage on first down. It really opens the playbook. Not only that, you're moving the football. Dogger rolls left, near side. Looks, has a little bit of a room to run. Takes it, and will go out of bounds with 2.3 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
And they're able to pick up the first down. We saw the Indians down here the very first possession of the game. Can they capitalize this time in the red zone?
That was a long run for 3 yards. But he gets the first down, and I don't know how the clock suddenly goes to 1.5 after they stopped it at 2.3, but it really is not going to make a big difference. Jawan Brown to Duggar's right. High snap, Duggar hauls it in. Looking towards the end zone, has a little bit of room to run again, launches it, and is the pass complete? A late flag comes in. That was a hit out of bounds.
Looks like it potentially could be. It was just a flip to Chase Barney, really, on the near boundary in the corner, and it'll be the start of the second anyways when they run this next play, but it might be first and goal from the 1.5 yard line.
Was a completed catch. After the play was over, personal foul, late hit, number 7 of the defense. He has his distance. It will be a first down.
The gain on the play is good for a first down. He unfortunately half the distance from the completion line, and we've reached the end of the first.
So that means the catch was made at the 4 yard line, went out of bounds, and then the late hit, personal foul, will put the ball at the 2, the start for the second quarter for Penn Hills. Great opportunity here to capitalize on a couple penalties now that has cost Woodland Hills throughout the night.
Beautiful night for football, RJ.
It's like as soon as September hit, we got past Labor Day. We finally got that fall weather to roll in. It's been nice, cool, crisp in the mornings, cooling off here in the evenings. Perfect football weather.
That's a direct snap to Derek Topek. Did he make it in? He's down about to 1.
Tackled by 9, Penn and Brooks. It'll make it 2nd and 1.
High snap once again. And this time Topek does get in. So the Indians strike first blood.
Result of play was a touchdown. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 10 of the offense. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Well, Topek, a little too much celebration apparently. Silverman to try the point after. Kick is up, kick is good. 11:40 to go, first half. Penn Hills 7, Woodland Hills nothing. You're watching the Penn Hills Indians and Trib Live High School Sports Networks. I'd like to extend a very special welcome all the way up to State College. Penn State football watching tonight's contest. Thanks for joining us. I know Tank and Day Day better be online watching this game. Also a special hello to Coach Smith. Thanks for joining us tonight. A lot of colleges watching us, RJ.
Not able to go to games, recruit. Gotta watch somehow.
This has to be great for colleges, having these games live streamed like this.
Oh. Instead of having to call and try to find tape or anything like that, you just log online, watch the videos, and.
Johnny, I was a busy guy. I was having schools calling me. How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you do it?
Everyone's trying to figure it out now.
Well, I mean, we were the originators, pretty much.
Yeah, you guys were.
So that's all. I was glad to help. The more teams that do it, the more kids can be seen.
That's it.
Fans can watch it. It helps grow the sport. There's no competition about, oh, I'm doing it, you're not. No, let's get these kids out there.
We're all in this together right now.
Absolutely.
Everyone, whether it be an individual school like Penn Hills doing it, or Baldwin, or North Allegheny, in conjunction with Trib HSSN, and we're just trying to provide so that these student athletes can get seen, and that fans can watch at home. You're not missing out. You can't be at the games right now. We understand.
Yeah, it was suggested that we do pay-per-view. I'll tell you what, with the radio, people watch it. It would have been a bonanza, but there's no way I could have done that. And with parents not allowed to come to games, and then charge them to watch their kids. No way. Kickoff taken up by the Wolverines. Running to the right side is Sean Carter, and Carter has a lane. Right gets into Penn Hills territory. Finally pushed out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. Nice return by the 6-foot senior. And a late penalty flag comes in. Again. I'm telling you what, if this goes against Woodland Hills, then that pushes them back into Penn Hills territory. Coach Bostard will be furious. It's going to tack on an extra 15. So the return was to the 43 of Penn Hills, and the penalty will bring it down to the 28-yard line. So the Wolverines trailing 7-0 here in the second quarter. Their best field position of the half.
Return carry to the 46, penalty enforcement to the 31, 1st and 10 Wolverines.
Brooks stacked up at the line, picks up maybe a 2.
And now 2 back-to-back personal fouls for Penn Hills. 1 on the touchdown to force a kickoff to start from the 25-yard line. And then now you get 1 extra. So you gave them, you already spotted them 15. Yards. You gave them 30 yards. You know, if you take that out, you're talking about a drive start around the 35-yard line of Woodland Hills, and now you're talking one at your own 28.
Yeah, Coach LeDawn's going to have to be furious. You know, the game plan coming in was try to play mistake-free football. Williams with Brooks to his left, and a penalty flag comes in.
Dead ball, encroachment. Number 43 of the defense lined up in the neutral zone.
Indians have now given him 35 yards.
Keith Pelton, guilty of the infraction. Ball moves to the 24-yard line. It'll be second and 3.
Williams will throw towards the end zone, and a pass a bit too far. Yeah, Turek Scipio going down the sideline, step for step with Dante Pollard. Scipio was looking for a flag, but that was excellent coverage by Pollard.
Beautiful coverage. Ball was a little overthrown, even though there's no rule against it. The passes over the top in high school as well in college, but just beautiful coverage in the end.
3rd and 3. Seibels in the backfield. Williams under pressure. 2 Indians run into each other. And look at down to about the 20-yard line. That'll just be a first down. They needed 3, got 4, and a fresh set for the Wolverines. Williams was under pressure, then 2 Indians just smacked right into each other.
Yeah, between Keith Pellman and Derek Topek, they were the ones coming in the backfield, and they just...
I mean, they hit it, you heard it.
It was a good
felt
pop.
It over here.
It was a pop, that's for sure.
Wolverines keep it on the ground. Nice job by Eric Seibels to hold on to the football. That thing popped out there briefly. It wasn't a very clean handoff. John, you get a loose football like that and still fight your way ahead for 7 yards. Nice job. Seibels, a 5'10 junior. He's 176 pounds.
Still in the backfield there with Williams.
He's deep. On the draw. And again, that ball's on that handoff. Thing was sticking out there. Here the coach is yelling, ball, get the ball. Seibel holds on to it. We'll lose a yard or 2, and it's 3rd and a long 4 for the Wolverines.
It almost looks like Williams. You're taught to put that right below the sternum, and right there in the middle of the gut. It almost looks like he's handing off down near the belt line, and that's where Seibels is having to gather it while he's trying to make a move at the same time coming through the line, and successfully been able to do so twice now.
Williams keeps it himself, scrambles inside the 10-5, touchdown, Woodland Hills Wolverines. Deontay Williams, 14 yards. Shows you why he is so dangerous. And this breaking news just in. Apparently, Ruth Bader Ginsburg has passed away. Touchdown coming with 8:12 to go in the first half. Woodland Hills trailing by 1. We'll try the extra point, and we'll go for 2. Williams throwing into the end zone, and the pass batted down. Nice defensive play there by the Indians' Dante Pollard. And the score remains Penn Hills 7, Woodland Hills 6. I'm telling you, I'm enjoying the football game. This is kind of creepy.
It is. It is. It was. Last week I was at Apollo Ridge, and they allowed some fans, some parents were allowed into the game, and it made it a little bit better. And you had that facility set up where you can have fans like across the street and just outside in the parking lot. But this is creepy being here in Wolverine at not packed. The band is completely across the side. So are the cheerleaders behind the home bench, and it has that eerie feeling tonight, but nonetheless, we got a good football game going on now. Woodland Hills been able to come back, benefit of a couple penalties by Penn Hills, but nonetheless able to score.
Well, kickoff goes out of bounds. Again, if you're just joining us, score Penn Hills 7, Woodland Hills 6. So the Indians don't take the ball, they take the penalty.
Trying to give Pollard a little short of a distance, maybe try to bust him loose.
And Pollard from his 15-yard line looks for somewhere to go, has a lane up the middle, still on his feet, across the 35. And Pollard will get a nice return out to about the 39. Again, on the far side of the field, it's just a Woodland Hills band, which is much smaller than what we're accustomed, so I'm not sure if it's a scaled-down version.
I think it is somewhat
maybe
of
just seniors or something.
Somewhat of an ensemble band kind of aspect.
Again, no fans permitted to attend tonight.
Got some up on the street
above.
above.
Up on the street up above over there where the fence, there's no fence, there's some folks.
Any way you can to watch the game. Being in the neighborhood this close, might be able to sit on the porch and listen to it.
Got us a shot of the band. Dogger keeps it himself, finds himself a lane across the 45, dives ahead to the 47. That is 8 yards for Julian Duggar. 6'2", 6'1", 175 pounds. Freshman.
And you've seen the athleticism. The throwing has been there. It has been connecting, but he throws a beautiful ball. And as a freshman, that's got to be scary for opponents coming in the future. This guy's going to be in the backfield for another 3 years after this.
That's the Duggar brothers for 2 years. And Julian dives ahead for about 5 and a first down. Thing is, he can run like that, and he just sets it up, and next thing you know, he's going to stop and, he can launch one. The kid's going to be something special. And his brother's not too shabby at wide out either.
His brother made a grab on the near side on that last drive when they scored a touchdown to keep the drive going. Able to pinpoint it high and close to the first down, able to pick it up on the next play.
The Indians keep him on as Jawan Brown ahead for maybe a yard.
Carry it to 20 to 1 Brown. Next to no gain, he tries to cut inside the interior of the Woodland Hills defense. Picks up a 2nd and 9.
In a short game, keeps the defense honest from collapsing and standing on the edges where Duggar and Topek have really been burning this defense so far on the ground.
Knees from the pistol. Duggar will roll this way. Throws back. Throwback screen this way, and it's almost picked off. I don't think the roll it picked off. It did hit the ground, but the officials didn't see it, and they're going to roll it an interception.
Intercepted! Intercepted to 18, Michael James.
First turnover of the game.
At the midfield strike, first and 10.
Yeah,
Woodland Hills takes over at their own 49-yard line.
Michael James was the defensive end in coverage. He came up to blitz, then he rolled with Topek and stayed shallow and underneath him and able to pick it off. And it did look like it touched the turf here on our side, and we were the closest one to see it. But fortunately, we're not the men on the field with the stripes and the whistles right now. So
they're not paying us to make the call.
Nope.
So
it's going to go the other way.
It is. It's not a game of perfection. Williams keeps it himself. And just like that, the Wolverines have a first down at the Indian 41.
Brennan on the tackle to 6 Roach. The gain is to the 41-yard line. That'll be good enough for a Wolverine. First down.
And that's where you see both these quarterbacks on either side of the field are dangerous. They are dual threat QBs. They will burn you if you leave them open for a run, but if you leave a man wide open down the field, they're going to drop a dime in there, and they're going to hit a big play with the passing game as well.
Brooks
This time the give goes to 9. Taylor Brooks.
for 9.
He'll pick up nearly enough of the first down. Hopefully he'll be just short.
5.5 and running.
Tackle to 43, Keith Melvin. And the gain of 8 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 2.
I gave him 9. I guess it's officially 8. Second down and 2.
Nice job to move Brooks from the backfield to a wide receiver in the slot position, then bring him from the end around.
Oh, it came on a little jet there.
Yep, and that just adds a little bit of a wrinkle with your running back that you're able to do.
Williams keeps it himself on the quarterback sweep this way. And the Indians, Noel Roach wraps him up for no gain.
It'll be just back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
So it'll be 3rd and 2. 4-down territory here for these Wolverines? I would think so.
I would think so. 4 minutes ago here in the half, your defense looked good on the last drive.
If the Wolverines are able to score here before the half, they do get the ball to start half number 2.
Yes.
So an opportunity here for the Wolverines to really pull ahead.
Got to give Roach, you got to give him credit, though, on that play, able to come from the secondary. Not even just make the initial contact, but to wrap up Williams and hold him from going any further to stop him at the line and force a 3rd down play rather than a 1st and 10.
Williams sets up the throw, flushed out of the pocket, rolling to the right side, launches one down towards the end zone. The Indians were there, and it looked like Tarek Scipio played defensive back there to prevent the Indians from picking that one off.
Yeah, Dante Pollard came over from the right side. That ball was floating up in the air, and as you said, Scipio had to go on the defense there and knock it out of Pollard's hands, or we could have been calling an interception and a touchback. An Indians ball with 4 minutes to go, but a 4th down, and the offense is still out there like we assumed it was going to be in this territory.
Now I thought it was 3rd and 2, and if you look at the sticks on the far side, it's like 4th and
3
or 4.
Slid it back. Must have said he lost a yard on that rush on 2nd down.
Williams gets hit, and we'll have the first down just inside the 30-yard line.
Williams, who keeps it on 4th down and gets the first down for the Wolverines.
So first down, Wolverines just inside the 30-yard line at the 29. They trail 7-6. Clock running here, late 2nd quarter, 3:35 to go.
Both teams still have their full arsenal of timeouts here in the first half.
Indians almost jump off sides. Oh, no. Now did the Wolverines flinch?
No, they're going to say.
No, they called it offsides. That was a late call.
I wonder if he didn't get back and set himself on the line. He might, because he jumped and he might have stayed over top of the ball, so he didn't reset himself, and thus they let the play go until the snap was on. And thus he was lined up with the ball. Nonetheless, another encroachment on the Indians.
Indians play aggressive D. You got to watch the ball. Brooks to Williams left, and it'll be Brooks. Maybe about 4. It'll be second and a yard. I don't know that time is necessarily a factor right now for the Wolverines. 2.5 and running. I mean, there's a 20-yard line, so you're at red zone. 3 timeouts.
Plenty of time.
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of time. Maybe you get a couple plays that bounce at the boundaries and able to stop the clock without having to burn a timeout.
I think they're looking to try to get in with and leave Penn Hills no time, which is great strategy. Williams, flush to his right, looks towards the end zone. Will pack it up and run. Very elusive runner, Williams, inside the 5. Touchdown, Woodland Hills.
It's a Woodland Hills touchdown!
Deontay Williams, 20 yards on the scramble, and the Wolverines take their first lead of the night with 1:55 to go here in the second quarter.
And you want to talk about putting the defense on skates. That's what Deontay Williams did right there. Flushed out of the pocket, was looking to the right, see if he could find a pass, found an open lane, and then he just made everybody miss. Got to the 2-yard line, dove in for the easy touchdown, a 20-yard score. And the junior quarterback is showing off the wheels in this game. Last game showing off the big, powerful arm.
Throwing into the end zone, pass, batted away.
The feed from Williams is incomplete.
Score remains Woodland Hills 12, Penn Hills 7, 1:55 to go
And your Wolverines have taken the 12-7 lead.
here in the first half.
Your drive story was a 7-play, 51-yard drive that gives you 4 minutes and 28 seconds. Capped off by Deontay Williams on a 20-yard touchdown scamper.
And Woodland Hills getting it rolling offensively with the running game. Give credit to Penn Hills secondary, able to stay with the wide receivers the entire way, staying on simple man routes, but that's the athleticism of the quarterbacks, and we've seen it on the side of Penn Hills with Duggar using his legs more rather than his arm so far tonight to pick it up, and Williams has done the same. Williams has just been able to find the end zone twice now compared to the one time for Penn Hills. But point after, no good twice. So it's only a 5-point game, so a single score will give Penn Hills a lead.
The fumble on the kickoff return. And the Indians have it at the 35-yard line.
Penn Hills recovers the live fumble. They'll start their drive from the 35-yard line.
The squib kick almost worked the whole way through. Rolled, bounced off of Penn Hills Indian, and then luckily another teammate was able to fall on top of it. And good starting position. Minute 50 to go. 3 timeouts still in the pocket of Penn Hills. Plenty of time to go down the field and get a score.
Indians keep it on the ground and get a big gain. A first down coming to their side across the 50 into Woodland Hills territory inside the 45 to the 44-yard line goes Derek Topek. 21 yards and an injured Wolverine back inside the 35-yard line.
Amir Moore.
Slowly is, Amir Moore.
Getting an ankle looked at, might have got rolled up on the initial line of scrimmage, but Topek with a beautiful run. It looked like Woodland Hills was anticipating pass, backed off, created wide open lanes. Topek just went with it, went with his blockers, and able to easily get into Woodland Hills territory after one play and only 7 seconds off the clock. And didn't have to burn a timeout.
21 yards. Beautiful night for football. George Novak Field at the Woodland Hills Wolverina in Turtle Creek. Moore walking off the field.
A little hobbled, but good to see him able to walk off under his own power.
Again, if you're watching on a YouTube channel, appreciate it if you'd subscribe. Topek, excuse me, that's not Topek. It's Jawan Brown. For no gain. And the Indians will use their first timeout with 1:33 to go here in the first half.
Woodland Hills was a rush on that time. Didn't drop back, brought the box 7, and when met at the line of scrimmage was Brown. And able to bring him down, and smart call by head coach Ladon. As soon as that play ended, you could hear him calling timeout, walking down the sideline. Wanted to make sure he got it off as soon as possible.
It'll be second down and 10. Again, you have a dangerous playmaker in Duggar, the quarterback. So we'll see what the Indians come up with.
And you could say that that's actually ×2 when you're talking about the QB and the wide receiver.
Yeah.
Jaden Julian.
Jawan Brown to Duggar's left. Chase Barney split to the near side, twins left, slot right. And it's going to be Brown with the carry. Cuts it back to the inside. And we'll get inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. It's 5 yards. And brings up a 3rd and 5.
No huddle, up tempo offense now. And we've seen a little bit of that earlier with Penn Hills, and that kind of got the offense in rhythm.
Bobbled snap. Duggar keeps it himself. Carries Wolverines ahead for about 3. I guess because of a miscue on the snap. We'll pick up 3. It'll bring up 4th down and 2 for the Indians. Clock will stop with 1 minute to go, RJ. Again, Woodland Hills, they have a 12-7 lead. Get the ball to start half number 2. So it would be advantageous for the Indians to get some points on this drive. Or they're going to need a big stop when opening when they open the second quarter or second half.
Yep, we'll have to see. And first, got to get the first down right now. But the kid, they have a chance at some points, whether you get a Jonas Silverman kick for a field goal or able to score a touchdown. Some sort of points will be beneficial.
But right now, instead of points, the Indians have to be thinking about 2-3 yards here. Topek gets the first down for the Indians and more. Topek inside the 20. Topek down to about the 15-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 53 seconds to go. That's a 22-yard gain on a 4th and 3. Play action to Topek. Duggar goes left, cuts back to the right side, throws into the end zone, and a pass incomplete.
From 2, Duggar falls incomplete. Intended for 12, Dante Pollard.
Pollard in the area. That stops the clock with just under 39 seconds to go.
Smart play. Rolled out to the near side, found a man, tried to squeeze it into a tight hole, but wasn't able to do so. But third low where no defender was going to be able to get it. You stop the clock. You don't burn a timeout. Plenty of chances here.
I think Evans for the monitor. Duggar rolls to his left, has some room in front of him, and will tuck it up and run. Duggar will go out of bounds, close to the first down, inside the 10-yard line, about the 8. Was 8 yards for Duggar, 3rd and 2. Stops the clock with 31.9 seconds to go.
Yeah, smart play there. Took what was given to him and able to find it.
Topek straight up the middle inside the 5. Rolls ahead into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn Hills.
Nope, they're going to, might say he's a yard.
Oh, they're going to walk it right at the goal line. Well, 23 seconds. The Indians have a lot of time. Topek this time does get into the end zone for the Penn Hills touchdown.
Now they're saying he's short again.
No?
He was stopped just short once again. And then a timeout.
I don't know.
That first
I'm
one,
looking through the binoculars. I'm looking. I see the kid falling into the blue.
That first one, it looked like he spun off his own offensive lineman, got thrown into the end zone. They must have said the back was just down at the line, but it looked like the ball was across the goal line. But nonetheless, it'll be a 2nd and 1, 15 seconds.
I have time here.
Yeah, you can get a rush up the middle, quick snap if you have to, and clock it if you want to kick a field goal to try to get points. Or
Indians are thinking they're at the goal line.
They're going for touchdown.
6.
Oh yeah, and they should. Early in a game like this, you get 6, you get a lead going into halftime, gives you that momentum.
But the Indians, they have to get in or get out of bounds.
Yes.
Or if you're going to throw the ball, either complete it. No, I guess either you complete it or you don't. But
and it looks like they're going with that wildcat formation.
High snap, fumbled. Woodland Hills tries to pick it up, and they do. Woodland Hills takes over with 8 seconds. Oh my.
Can we talk about the effort, though, by Julian Duggar to come all the way back and make that tackle?
I mean, that was Ben Roethlisberger in the playoffs type effort
against
there.
Indianapolis. It was, and I mean, he came. It looked like it was going to be a scoop and score to end the half, and then all of a sudden, Duggar just comes flying from the goal line and makes the tackle.
Oh, could you imagine? They pick it up, put that in, and they get the ball to start the second half. That's twice now. The Indians have gotten close and come away with nothing. Blocks field goal and a fumble at the goal line. Williams steps up, looking. Takes off running. Cuts to the near side across the 40, the 50. Tries to get some blockers and will go down at the 49-yard line. Noel Roach comes up to make the tackle. And that will end the half. After one half of play, your score: Woodland Hills 12, Penn Hills 7. You are watching the Penn Hills Indians Football Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Just get it in the end zone.
Chris, I'm looking in the binoculars both times, watching on it.
Yeah.
Both times he was in.
Really?
First time he rolled over his own lineman. Second time I watched him go down, and you know what I mean? He's going down in the blue. But you know what? I'm back here, so you know.
This is
The mic's picking up.
this is
Good evening. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the Woodland Hills High School Marching Band and individual song. While they celebrate this we are all extremely excited to showcase our hard work units this evening. We hope you enjoy our performance. Drum makers Raven Brown and Gianna Pasqualino. Is your band ready? Our opening number this evening is a classic hit from Bob Dylan. We have infused some Latin flair from Jimi Hendrix to our rendition of Tom Waterson's Along the Watchtower. Women's captains are Aubrielle Calcutta and Sam Conti. Man managers are Zaire Underwood and Sonny Davis. Thank you for your attention this evening. We hope you enjoyed our performance.
a 9-0 lead over Mount Pleasant at the half. Franklin Regional and Cotton Apple are tied at 14. Peters Township holds a 14-7 lead over Penn Proper. In other games of noted region, Pine Ridgeland holds a 20-6 lead over St. Clair with 2:19 to go in the second quarter. Seneca Valley holds a 10-0 lead over Hempfield. Gretchen 17-0 lead over Hempfield. D4 holds a 28-27 lead for the end of the first half against Newcastle.
Second half action about to get underway here at the Wolverina with the score Woodland Hills 12, Penn Hills 7. RJ, a game that's Penn Hills missed opportunities.
Yeah, 2 missed opportunities early in the game. The botched field goal, whether it was blocked or in the back of the lineman. But that didn't pan out. Missed 3 points there, and then 8 seconds ago in the half, a high snap over Derek Topek's head goes all the way to the 35-yard line, recovered by Woodland Hills in the end, and that ends the half. So we potentially could be talking about a 17-12 lead, or even at least a 14-12 lead here going into the second half, and a score that would have been in favor of Penn Hills, with Woodland Hills receiving the ball to start the second half. But now momentum's on the Wolverine side going here.
I mean, the Indians have had the advantage. I mean, rushing the football, Derek Topek, 98 yards. Duggar with 27, Pollard with 24, and Juwan Brown with 11. And on the Woodland Hills side, Deontay Williams, a quarterback, 10 carries, 90 yards with 2 touchdowns. Taylor Brooks has 17 yards, Seibels with 6, and Davis with 2 through the air. Williams is 2 for 4 for 22 yards, while Julian Duggar is 2 for 6, 19 yards, and had that one interception. But Woodland Hills will get the ball to start half number 2, and it would be imperative for the Indians to come up with a big stop here on this opening drive of the Wolverines and not fall behind by 2 scores. I mean, the Indians have been moving the football.
Yes, they have moved the ball effectively against Woodland Hills, and they've been able to stop a little bit against the Wolverines, but it's just not able to capitalize on easy opportunities presented to them.
And we are underway. Line drive kick rules taken at the 10-yard line. And Woodland Hills showing their speed out across the 35 to the 37.
Number 1, Gavin Yarborough on the return.
It's Gavin Yarborough.
It's a 32-yard return. Will start the Wolverines on first and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
That ball's going to be 37, it looks like, for the start.
It's a little chilly, but this is very comfortable.
I was
Very comfortable out here.
It's beautiful out. A little bit of breeze makes a little bit of chill in the air, but that's football weather. That's what this is right now.
That's Seibels ahead for maybe a yard or 2. And we up a second down and 9. So when was the last time you called a game from out in the stands? I mean, in the front, must be in the front row
too.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
front row.
I don't know if Helen, pan out, pull back a little bit, see if you can get us in down here, Helen. You can see where we are. Where are we? There we are.
Here.
There we are. You can see our vantage point way down low here. But this is actually kind of neat.
A lot more than that sound, real close.
I'm telling you, she's doing a great job in making sure we're not in these pictures. Same play, and the Indians stuff them again, but they're going to come out this way, looking for some room to run on the near side. And across the 40 to the 41-yard line is Brooks. That's a long way for 2 yards.
Yeah, originally stuffed probably by the 37-yard line, 36-yard line. Bounce it back, and good job by Roach to fall the entire way and make the tackle, and now a 3rd and medium.
I give them the 42-yard line. We'll call it 4 yards. Williams rolls to his right, throws downfield, has a man in the pass. It's complete inside the 35, down to the 32-yard line. Scipio, Trex Scipio. 27 yards on the reception, and a first down for the Wolverines.
And if Williams wasn't scrambling for his life back there and had to throw that, if he could have stepped into it and led him the entire way, we could be talking about a score. That ball, he was wide. CP was wide open in the middle. A beautiful ball. Great job by Pollard to come over and make the tackle. Almost looked like he was going to get there enough to knock it out, but nonetheless made the tackle and prevented a score from happening.
Seibels, left side. Down inside the 25, about the 24-yard line.
Tackle is 20-1 Brown for Penn Hill. Play carry to the 23-yard line. That'll give 2nd and 2.
Brown able to come out and make the tackle on the linebacker position. Gain of 8, though. And that's what we've seen from both teams. It hasn't been small chunks of yards on these rushing plays. We've mostly been talking 5+ yards on a rushing attempt.
Bailey goes in motion to the right. Williams keeps it himself. Or is that Bailey? There's Bailey. To the 20-yard line. We'll have a first down. And the Wolverines into the red zone here.
Starting to see more bodies get involved, not just Williams or Brooks. It's also been CPO and the addition getting in there as well as with Bailey and Seibels.
Seibels. Stacked up at about the 15, like the 16-yard line. They pick up a 4. And they bring a second down and 6 for the Wolverines. Clock running, 7:45 to go here, third quarter. Woodland Hills 12, Penn Hills 7, and the Wolverines looking to extend that lead.
That's some momentum of starting the second half with the ball, getting a huge stop, a huge break, really, at the end of the first half. Carried into the locker room, come out and just run the ball down the throat. Big pass and mixed in there. And the Wolverines looking to build off what ended the first half.
2 turnovers in the game, both by the Penn Hills Indians. Williams rolls to his left, looks for somewhere to go. He brought down, he stays in bounds. They have no idea where he went down. There it is at the 10.
Pickup is to the 11-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
That's the disadvantage of being so low, trying to look through the sideline. All the bodies.
Try to look at the far judge and also be like, am I seeing him at the 12 or is it he at the 11? I can't quite tell.
Scoreboard said 10.
Better result at the 3rd and 1 for the Wolverines.
Seibels hit and wrapped up by Cameron Hopkins. Picks up the first down. That's 1st and goal at the 7.
And just killing the clock, too. Already taken 6 minutes off the game clock. And
half the quarter. And Woodland Hills Wolverines will use the timeout. The Wolverines on the road next week. North Hill. Penn Hill is at home next Saturday night. Welcoming home former coach and AD John Peterman along with the Kiski area Cavaliers. A Saturday night contest. That's because the Cavaliers are playing this Monday. So I have to give them an extra day's rest.
Gotta give them the full 5 days rest, full day rest extra needed. So not playing 2 games in 4 days.
So in the following week, Penn Hills will have Pine Richland at home on a Saturday night. And that's because it's going to be televised. CW does all the Pine Richland games practically.
Pine Richland.
So, hey.
It's the Rams.
Oh, wow. It's all about the green.
Literally.
That's,
We talk about that team. And them dropping down from 6A to 5A, it's just, it's a little mind-boggling, but it's almost like
you wonder how. When you see all the houses going up, how are they getting smaller? Well, it's what it is.
it's just that one. They found the one gap. 2 years from now, they'll be back up in 6A more than likely, and competing right there with Central Catholic for a WPIL
I don't know, you think
championship.
it'll keep the 6 classifications?
I think so. The PIA wanted it, and across the state they really wanted it. So
That's what Philadelphia wants. Philadelphia gets.
yeah, that's what it is. It's what it feels like somewhat when we're out here in the whip.
I mean, but how many teams are in 6A?
I think there's
Hey.
8 teams total.
So we have 2 teams make the playoffs, or you have all 8. Might as well have all 8 teams.
Yeah, and just just seed them as they're standing, and
That's it.
1v8, and go through there, and you carry on.
Williams, shotgun from the 7. Brooks, right up the middle. And Brooks fights his way for the Woodland Hills touchdown. Reached that football out. And the Wolverines extend the lead.
A 6-minute drive, just marching down the field and stuck to the bread and butter with the running game.
Exactly 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. And the Wolverines up by 11. I saw Jonas Silverman walking by on us. Has Penn Hills punted?
They have.
Yes, they did.
Back in the first quarter, for sure.
See that. Yeah, just the one time. And the pass fails again. The score remains Woodland Hills 18, Penn Hills 7. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Yes, I failed to mention that not only is John Peterman the former AD and head football coach, but also a former Penn Hills Indian wrestling champion, a former Indian himself, an 85 grad. Don't want to make him a year older than he is.
And Penn Hills is benefiting from the 2-point conversions missed so far. 3 attempts, all have gone wayside. You could be talking 24-7. Here now it's an 11-point game, so 2 scores, you're right in it. You actually take a lead. Otherwise, you'd be looking at a 3-score plus deficit.
The Indians need 2 touchdowns. They don't even need extra points. If they get 2 touchdowns,
Yep.
they'll take the lead.
They'll take the 1-point lead. And the way the offense looked the last drive, they had the ball.
Kickoff out of bounds. But if you're Penn Hills, you get in the end zone on this drive. Now it's 18-13. You go for 2 to make it 18-15 to pull within a field goal?
I would actually say yes. The
I would too, because
way
if you don't get it, if you score another touchdown, you're up a point.
that and the way Woodland Hills has been driving of late, I would benefit from that. I would go for the 2. You convert on it, now you score. Now you're well within. You're a field goal away, actually, from scoring, from tying the game up at that point.
So still, no need for Penn Hills to panic. I mean, Woodland Hills that was a fabulous drive by the Wolverines. 63 yards.
Yeah, just methodical.
9 plays. 8 runs, 1 pass to 27-yarder to Tarek Scipio.
Ball boy slipping. They will spot the ball at the 35, not do the re-kick. And when Penn Hills has had decent field position starting off around the 30-35, have been able to drive the field effectively.
But they need to finish. Start off with Dante Pollard, pickup of about 7.
A beautiful run by Pollard, just staying right behind his blockers, going the whole way. Able to pick up 7. Just a nice, easy run.
Another snap through the hands of Duggar, who falls on it back at the 30-yard line. That's a 12-yard loss. Now makes it 3rd and 15. I don't know. We're getting in that fall season here. It's getting a little chilly tonight. Are we starting to get that dew on the field and on the ball?
Maybe that one looked like it was like a little high and outside the right arm of Duggar, and he just wasn't ready for it. And we've seen that twice, and that's exactly what happened to Topek on the 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line, end of the first half. It was just hot and high and not able to get a hand on it and control it.
Duggar's going to take off for no. He launches one downfield. And the pass batted away, throwing into double coverage. Looking for his brother, Jaden. And we had a mention about Silverman and punting. Now here he is.
We unfortunately talked it into fruition.
No, the Indians' defense is going to have to come up big. The Wolverines, they put another one on. It's going to be a very long road for the Indians. Going 3 and out there in response to the Wolverines' drive. Not what these guys wanted.
Another miscue. We saw it in the first score for Woodland Hills with 2 personal fouls and then 2 fumbles back-to-back possessions.
Nice kick by Silverman. Hits at the 40. Picked up at the 31-yard line. And Wolverines return it out to about the 46. Wolverines take over with 4:23 to go in the third. With that 11-point lead, up 18-7 over the Indians. If you're at the Wolverines, you just had a 6-minute drive.
It ain't broke. Don't fix it. Just keep doing the same thing they were doing on offense. Penn Hills has to adjust here to force a 3 and out and get the ball back in the offense's hand to try to cut this lead down.
Seibels, they fake the jet sweep. Williams keeps it himself and picks up 9. Exciting player, Deontay Williams.
A quarterback that can do it all, so plays on the defensive side, special teams, you name it, he's doing it. Like you see most high school players, and especially the real athletic players, they're going to play everywhere they can. And he's shown it tonight. And got to give credit to Penn Hill secondary, shutting down the passing game. That's a credit, not letting Williams pass the ball, but the running game for both sides is just being effective with Woodland Hills getting the better advantage.
Seibels again. Will have the first down. Needed 1. Gets about 8.
We got double flags coming out here late. We're going to get some
flags start coming in.
We're going to get some personal fouls.
Pollard and Scipio get a little feisty with each other.
I got to watch. It's first unsportsmanlike conduct to both of them, another one to either one, and they are gone for the rest of the game.
And I guess next week.
Yes.
Williams under pressure. Rolls to his right, throws. Pass caught. Oh, they rolled incomplete. Oh, but Pollard made him pay. It looked like he was into me. No, he is in.
It's complete, yeah. It was a completed pass.
Down to the 28-yard line.
Big hit by Pollard, though.
That was 9 yards for Scipio, but Pollard certainly made him pay.
He made him feel that one.
2nd and 2. I mean, he came down with both feet just inside, and Pollard drove him right out. Seibels from behind, thrown down, not till after he gets the first down. Luke Pugliese with the tackle for the Indians.
Actually,
It's a first down. Woodland Hills moving like a machine. The Indians are going to have to reach down. They want any hope of staying in this ball game.
and the initial contact's there at the line of scrimmage for the defense, but not able to bring them down right then and allowing to pick up yards.
And just as you mentioned, same thing happened in the backfield. Still able to pick up about 3-4 yards. Even after Eric Seibels got smacked in the head.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, they almost took the helmet off of him.
He still rushes and able to pick up a couple yards. It's to the 21-yard line. It's only a 2-yard pickup, but still, you had him in the backfield for a potential 2-yard loss.
Indians bring in Christian Williams, the 6'5", 290-pound junior on defensive line.
Made a couple nice stops tonight so far for the Indians.
Williams rolling this way, looking, throws, pass underneath, has a man open, pass complete, touchdown, Woodland Hills. Omari Daniels from 21 yards on the reception. And the Wolverines increase that lead now to 17.
Simple bootleg play to the near side. Williams able to find Daniels wide open. Daniels then cuts upfield on the near numbers and sees a wide open lane back towards the middle of the field. Easy play for a playmaker like that into the end zone, untouched for the 21-yard score.
And Woodland Hills finally puts one in.
The conversion is good. 2 on the board.
1:17 to go, third quarter. Woodland Hills 26, Penn Hills 7. You are watching the Penn Hills Indians Football Network on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
And with 1:17 remaining in the third quarter, Woodland Hills 26, Penn Hills 7.
I think there is when we finally started to see the running game of Woodland Hills, how consistent and effective it's been. Finally started to really wear down the Penn Hills defense. We saw Penn Hills earlier in the game stop Woodland Hills a couple times, also benefited from some personal fouls, but it seems like Woodland Hills kind of collected themselves and have now got the offense going. And 2 straight drives for Penn Hills, end of the first half and the start of the second half, with fumbles that led to a punt and a turnover on long high snaps. Got to control the offense, get it under control, get some rhythm going, and they unable to do so far. And see if you can slow down the attack of Woodland Hills.
Short kick taken at the 32-yard line. And that'll be Cameron Hopkins with return to the near side.
72, Clarence Bowman on the kickoff. 15, Cameron Hopkins on the field in return.
Indians will start at their own 42. He's only down 17.
Carry out to the Penn Hills 46-yard line.
It was a beautiful drive, and See where they finally spot the ball. Walked up to the 50. They're officially going to settle on 46. But a nice job to catch the up short kick. Great field position to start for the Indians.
Topek stacked up at the line. I'm telling you, this vantage point here, you're like right in the action.
Should do this every week almost.
And there's an injured Wolverine on the field. Clock stops with 55.8 seconds to go here in the third.
And leading the charge was Desmond Jackson. He was the one, and he's the injured man down, reaching for the right knee. Hopefully it's just a cramp behind the knee, but he was the one who got the initial stop on Derek Topek and drove him back after the gain of 1. That's what they officially rule it as.
Desmond Jackson being helped off. Six says 1st and 10. It should be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, 2nd and 9, really. The ball's closer to the 47 than the 46.
Yeah, there you go. Dante Pollard. Oh, late flag. Late hit comes in. That was a late hit. Nothing called.
The whistle did blow, and yeah, he got back up, but that, yeah, I agree, that's a late hit. We can't, you call it one time and don't call it on the other side.
Dogger keeps it himself. Will be close to the first down. And the Indians will be able to think about it here as the quarter will expire.
Late
As
flag.
a flag.
We'll actually stop it with 6/10 to go.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 18 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down, Penn Hill.
Foul against 18, number 8 for Wolverine.
So we're going to run one more play here in the third quarter.
And that could be a mistake that the Indians needed to happen and capitalize on. And
I don't know, was that a case of Woodland Hills saying nothing was called and then trying to take advantage again?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But that moves the ball all the way up to the 29-yard line, so great field position. Could be one of those things, guy comes across the middle, jarring after the play, one shoves the other, ref sees the one, and you're going to get the call.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you can't end a quarter on a penalty.
We finished 3 here in Woodland Arena. It is Woodland Hills 26, Penn Hill 7.
Well, I guess you can.
I guess you can. That's what they're saying.
Oh, it's a half. It's a half. You can't do it. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, after 3, the score. Woodland Hills 26, Penn Hill 7. Fourth quarter action coming your way next here on the Penn Hills Indians Football Network on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Taking a look at the penalties tonight. 4 penalties for Penn Hills, resulting in 25 yards. Woodland Hill, 6 penalties, resulting in 56 yards.
Well, I think they've had, 4 personal foul calls?
4 personal fouls, an encroachment, and then unsportsmanlike conduct that was offset, yeah, for Woodland Hills tonight.
Nice shot of the Woodland Hills band.
The Go Wolverines up there in the stands, and the numbers of the seniors on the boards.
Well, now we're down to our left, RJ. Now we can actually see the play.
Don't have to some of the railing.
Important drive for the Indians to try to get back in this contest. Dogger rolls to his right, running for his life, escapes some Wolverines. Hackers in front, gets to the outside. Wolverines finally wrap him up and throw him out of bounds after he picks up the first down, or be close to it.
All that running gets him a gain of 5.
Oh, well.
Here's it down to the 24-yard line.
5 yards on that run.
Ran about 25 yards on that run.
They go out of bounds down to our left here on the near side. There's a wall of Indians. So really have no clue. A little trouble on the snap once again, but Juwan Brown will take the handoff ahead for about 3.
So 3rd and short for the Indians. 4 down territory. You got to go for a down 19 points.
And it's going to be tough. They try Alan Parker on the jet sweep. And he'll lose about 5 yards.
Frank Keys got upfield fast. Actually, no, it wasn't Frank Keys. That was Dante DeTrillo. He was the one that actually got upfield and was able to make the stop in the backfield.
Dogger under pressure, and he'll be sacked back at the 35-yard line. Penn Hills will turn the ball over on downs with 10:25 to go here in the 4th. Woodland Hills takes over at the 35-yard line.
Perfect time to bring the blitz. Just bring every rusher you have potentially oversize the line and able to get in the backfield easily into Duggar. And he tried to scramble around, but there was 2 Wolverines right there and nothing he could do about that one.
Brooks for about 3. Now, the only advantage just to the Penn Hills Indians was this is a non-conference game.
Yep.
So win or lose, it really meant nothing as far as the standings.
You definitely like to come in and get a win, but like you mentioned, it is a non-conference game. You know, playoff time would a win like this definitely help the seeding process? Oh, for sure, but Your main worry is conference games and getting into the playoffs in general. As Brooks took that handoff and slipped in the backfield, and the knee went down for a loss of 1. Try to play it off like didn't do so, but nonetheless, 3rd and medium. Can the Indians hold the Wolverines here and force a punt and get the ball back and try to do something here with under 10 to go?
Say hello to the folks watching up at Slippery Rock. And the Indians will finally sack Williams. It's the first sack against Williams in the game. And Woodland Hills will have to punt. The clock will continue to run, approaching 8.5 to go here in this game.
A nice job by the Indians not to over-pursue that Lowell running lane for Williams, and able to bring him down and force the punt.
Indians trail by 19. Woodland Hills in no hurry to get the kickoff. Clock at 8:15 in running. Indians are bringing the rush. So Noel Roach on the near side, but he starts to drop back a little bit. Looked like he was going to crash.
Well, it looks like they're almost like trying to run whatever the play clock.
Oh, Roach trying to time the snap. Kick straight up, going down right in front of us. Takes another Woodland Hills roll. Inside to 30. Yeah, we'll go dead at the 25-yard line.
The Wolverines get a penalty roll as it heads down into Metro territory, just outside the 25-yard line. That's where we down, and the Indians will take over for
Yeah, let's see what the Indians can do here. Show their mettle. Again, a few Penn Hills fans watching on our YouTube channel on the Indians Football Network. Really appreciate it if you guys would subscribe. That way you get notifications every time we start our broadcast. And the Wolverines will use their second timeout with 7:48 to go here in quarter number 4.
Those timeouts, you don't want to burn, personnel issues there, but you're up 19, so it doesn't hurt you too bad right now, but that's still mental blocks the coaching staff's going to look at for Woodland Hills.
And the Wolverines will be at Martirelli Stadium next week to take on the North Hills Indians. They have Indians back-to-back. Penn Hills will get an extra day of preparation for the Kiski area Cavaliers, who will be coming in on a short week.
Oh,
they'll be playing Monday Night Football.
Yep, Monday Night Football.
Dun, 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 dun.
Get the ESPN crew out there, but so we'll have to wait and see.
You don't want to coach. I feel bad for you, man. You look cold in the mouth.
And that probably resulted in a media timeout as well. Woodland Hills, a team and a bench, and the cheerleaders in the stands trying to get a little pumped up here to.
The Wolverines have struggled the last few years.
Yes.
And, it's nice to see a traditional powerhouse, getting back to where they belong. And Boston doing a nice job with the Wolverines here at Woodland Hills. Dogger pass, complete near side, out to the close to the 35-yard line, and a first down. It's Chase Barney with the reception. Pick up a 9, and it'll be 2nd and 1. Again, Barney with the reception near side will have a first down. And go out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Yeah, Penn Hill's first down.
And quick, simple slant curl routes. Get some rhythm going in the passing game. Back, make the safeties kind of and corners play up a little bit. Maybe go for a big shot.
Dogger steps up in the pocket, takes off running, comes to the near side. Pushed out of bounds at the 48-yard line of Woodland Hills. We've only got to 49. It's about 6 yards. And there's an injured Wolverine. Clock will stop with 6:47 to go here.
And looked like Savon Givner was the one who was running to the near side, and looks like he cramped up, just came to that near side and trying to stretch him out. One of those cool nights where don't drink enough water, you don't think you need to, but
always have to hydrate.
Catches up on you every time.
Have to hydrate.
And, you know, and a lot of the players, this year aren't as game conditioned as they normally are by now. Not a traditional camp and off season, no scrimmages, not a true heat accumulation 2 weeks. Because by the week 1 was probably the hottest week in the early September, and after that it became nice fall weather. So
this was one of the hottest summers in a while.
Yes. These players are probably have thousands upon thousands of snaps already in at their position, coming in with only maybe a couple hundred. And Givner walking off. Definitely can tell he's cramped up. He's got the stiff legs.
He can't bend the knees.
Maybe got a double cramp.
It's almost, you wish you had the golf cart somewhere to forget the golf cart. Help the kid out.
That's one of those ones, yeah. Or you get injured near your sideline, so you only have to hobble a couple yards, not to go across the whole field.
Just roll me out. Just roll me off.
Drag me off.
That's it.
Well, good to see that he is up and walking off under his own power, though.
Yeah, but definitely you need to hydrate. And he's had a lot of issues with cramping last week. I mean, got to give him credit. I haven't seen a single one so far tonight. So they've been eating their bananas, drinking their Gatorade.
Yep. Athletic trainers going around making sure, even maybe forcing it upon him, like, hey, I know it's cool. You still need to hydrate.
But the kids have to understand. I mean, it's just you can't go and start hydrating on Friday. I mean, this has to be a ritual that you do daily. Dogger looks to his right, comes back to the near side, looks downfield. He's going to take off running. No, he launches one. And the pass, almost picked off. He had a man. But going up and batting it down. Is that Deontay Williams?
That is Deontay Williams.
He was looking for his brother, Jaden.
Julian Dogger got to be careful, though, also running that near side. He was just on the line of scrimmage, didn't cross it over when he released that ball fully. So,
well, credit the freshman for knowing where he was.
Yes. And awareness is only going to get better as time goes on.
Topek will have the first down, close to the 40.
Gonna work him down at the 41, but nice play call. Went past a couple last two plays. This one you run, defense drops back thinking you are going to pass on third down. Nice, easy run.
Topek with them orange cleats. Just the NFL, he'd be fined. Play action to Topek, throwing down the field, has a man wide open, and closing quickly was Deontay Williams again. Excuse me, no. That was Tarek Scipio.
That is the missed throw by a freshman QB. Off the break, Pollard was open on that little inside slant route. He's got a step and throw. He hesitated. That allowed Scipio to get over there and able to almost intercept it and put Pollard on the defense really to break it up.
Quick throw to pass incomplete. It's intended to Barney. Brings up a 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
We got injury time, or some athletic equipment needs retied.
Needs to tie his shoe.
Yeah, that's what it was. They want to be that free safety that drops back and trips on his own shoelace and lets up a big score.
Yeah. But it's great to be back in the storied Wolverina. That's known as Turtle Creek Stadium. Can you name the mascot of Old Turtle Creek High School?
No.
They were the Eagles.
Huh.
The Turtle Creek Eagles.
Recently dedicated a couple years ago, George Novak Field at the Wolverina. Legendary coach here at Woodland Hills and throughout the WPIL.
Topek has the lane inside the 30, inside the 20. Big gain for Derek Topek down to about the 19-yard line. And there's another injured Wolverine back at the 40-yard line on the near side. And there's another one down inside the 10. Is Scipio having cramps too?
I think he might be trying to retie the shoe again. Yeah, he was just putting the shoe back on, but beautiful play call. Handoff on 3rd and 10. You know you're going to go for it on 4th down. You have to this late in the game, down 19, and a big run by Topek inside the red zone.
So the Indians will have the ball at the 19-yard line. 5:46 remains here in the 4th quarter. 26-7, Woodland Hills. Again, Penn Hills had a field goal blocked, and they fumbled right before halftime at the 1-inch line.
Yep. That happens. They score there. Momentum's completely different to start the second half, and mindsets are everything, and especially in a rivalry game as this is, even though it might not have been played for the past 5 years, but it's still there. The area, the tensions are still there.
Oh, yeah. It was 12-7 at the halftime. Woodland Hills put on 14 in quarter number 3. So we stand 26-7.
So we're going to see the injured Wolverine able to get up and walk under Julius Brown under his own power.
The 6-foot, 308-pound senior. Juwan Brown to Duggar's left. 4 receivers set for the Indians. They need points. They need a lot of them, and they need them quickly. Duggar throwing one pass complete. Chase Barney will haul it in around the 10-yard line.
William Chamberlain carries that out. Play will carry inside the 10-yard line, makes it 1st and goal.
It'll be at the 9, 1st and goal, Indians. Duggar throws into the end zone and the pass picked off. Scipio with the interception, brought down at the 45-yard line by Brown. 3rd turnover of the game, 2nd interception. And the Wolverines have it with 5:08 to go here in quarter number 4. And that should about do it.
And Scipio read that play perfectly, and you could almost hear the Woodland Hills coaching staff yell something to the secondary that they were going to go one side. And I imagine they yelled they were going to Jaden Duggar's side. And Scipio read that perfectly, jumped in front of it, easy pick, able to make a tackle and prevent a pick six, honestly, from the goal line. But the way this Woodland Hills offense is operated, 19 points 5 minutes ago. It's all but wrapped up until the final horn sounds.
Seibels. Wolverines right now, they're just looking at running clock. You know, Siebel's lost 2 yards, but the Wolverines are going to try to run out the whole play clock. I mean, if they go 3 and out and kill 2 minutes, they're fine.
Yes. Yeah, they are fine. In all realistic aspects, you pick up 1 first down in this game is pretty much over. A nice job, though, by Penn Hills on the first play to come out rushing and able to make a stop.
Siebels again gets the yardage back, +1. Pick up to about 4 on that play. That Woodland Hills band, small but mighty.
Yes.
Helps when you don't have to play over a crowd.
That is true. Delay a game, I'm going to imagine.
A duck just flew over. Did you see that?
Yes.
Williams, left side, wrapped up, brought down at the 50-yard line. Picks up about 3. Jawan Brown with the tackle. It's 4th down now for the Wolverines, and I would expect we'll take another delay.
I would think so. I would imagine you would. You take Williams out, he'd hobble into the other side, honestly, now.
Grabbing that hamstring a little
Yeah,
bit.
and they're going to throw someone else in the punt. Or no, Williams is going to come back out.
Williams stays on for the punt. Deep jersey, the 12, Jonte Pollard.
Pollard back for the Indians. And there goes the delay.
Yep.
No, they used a timeout. The final timeout of the game. And there's your situation.
Yep.
Woodland Hills 26, Penn Hills 7, 2:43 to go. Benches do get a little hard after a while, don't they?
This chair does, yeah. The metal chair gets a little stiff, especially the cooler night. But a beautiful night. You see the band there performing once again.
It is. I'll tell you what, a lot of kudos to Helen tonight on the camera. Doing a great job up there. Pretty too, huh? Williams still grabbing that hamstring back here. So gets a nice kick away. Indians will take over after 17. So 2:32 to go, needing 19 points.
Yeah, you know, this is one of those where maybe you just run some plays to see what your offense can do. You know you're not going to get 19 points in 2.5 minutes unless you hit a big strike, get an onside kick, hit another strike. You got to pull some Reggie Miller and Indiana Pacers from the 90s kind of stuff. Quick scoring.
Pass complete to Jaden. Called second down and 4. Well, they're on that side of the field, but we just can't see a darn thing. Looking through the cameraman and the fence. Dogger steps up in the pocket. Throws left side, pass complete. It'll be a first down.
Duggar's pass complete to Chase Barney. It'll be good enough for the Indians' first down to the 32-yard line.
Dogger chased out of the pocket, comes to the near side, throws, pass complete. We'll have a first down. Pollard with the reception. Coach is yelling at him to get out of bounds.
Yeah, minute 18 to go. And he was able to finally step out.
I think it stopped. I don't think he made it out. He stopped for the first down. Now look, the ball is at the 45. They have the stick on the far side at 46.
Duggar's pass incomplete. Intended for 11, Jaden Duggar.
Pass was intended to his brother, Jaden.
Incompletion brings up 2nd and 10.
Now they said it. You saw that. You saw the whole
saw
thing,
every
didn't you?
bit of
That's
it.
right. It's not, yeah.
I'm looking right down at the line, too. I'm right here.
Yeah. It's right in front of us. Looked like the Wolverines went early. Nothing called. Duggar will throw this into the stands. Almost. Bring up a third down and 10. Clock stops with 1:04 to go.
Yep. And after the game, talk to Coach LaDon and see what his thoughts were on this game. Some positives for the team. The offense started to get going early, but Woodland Hills just proved pretty strong here. Got the rhythm going, capitalized on some mistakes.
Thanks to all of you watching on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Penn Indians Football Network. Jaden unable to hold on to that one. Again, it looks like Woodland Hills left early. Nothing called. No Roach unable to come up with it. Indians turnover on downs with 55 seconds to go. And I'm going to guess Woodland Hills just needs to take 2 knees.
Yep. There were a lot, some good positives for Penn Hills. You saw the running game really start to get going. The secondary was really strong. You forced Woodland Hills to run, but the playmaking ability of Deontay Williams, and then not able to convert on 2 separate occasions. You drove down. You were actually 4th and 3 at the 10-yard line. You should get the first down and then go in for the score on a touchdown, but still missed the field goal on the block, and then down on the 1-yard line, actually like the half-yard line with 8 seconds to go in the first half, unable to score there. A couple missed opportunities allowed Woodland Hills to really pull away here. And this game, score-wise, is big, but statistically-wise, it is a very tight game.
It was an entertaining game to watch.
Williams takes the knee. Results in a second down and 16.
There's the final knee.
He takes one more knee.
And that'll do it. Clock will wind down. The final score, Woodland Hills 26, Penn Hills 7. The Wolverines take a 14-12 lead in the all-time series.
You know, these kids know, they haven't, none of these classes have played each other in any competition, but they know the rivalry's there. They know the local area is there. And a little bit of some showing up here, not sure, but it's a rivalry. What do you expect? Tempers are going to flare, emotions are high, and
yeah, the Wolverines just kind of waving the Indians off. They didn't even do the handshake.
Nope. Might not be able to as well with COVID precautions. Don't want to really increase that chance of.
So the Indians led 7-0, and after that it was all Woodland Hills.
We'd like you to draw your attention to midfield for the presentation of the first annual Dream Shots Battle for Bragging Rights Trophy will be presented to your winners tonight, the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
Wolverines able to capitalize. 26 unanswered points.
Yeah, but the Indians missed a field goal on their opening possession after they drove down inside the 10. They went up 7-0 on a Derek Topek run. Woodland Hills pulled within 7-6, took the lead at 12-7, and right before halftime, the Indians got down to the 1-inch line twice. And then on third down, it was second down or third down, they fumbled. It was second and goal. Bad snap. Woodland Hills almost ran it back for a touchdown. Indians were able to make the tackle, and Woodland Hills went into the locker room with a 12-7 lead. Then in the third quarter, Woodland Hills exploded for 2 touchdowns. Brooks a 7-yarder. Then Amari Daniels a 21-yard reception. Woodland Hills up 26-7 after 3, and that's how this one ended.
Yeah, unable to capitalize for Penn Hill. Some mistakes. Woodland Hills able to corral themselves after a couple early personal fouls in the game, and Deontay Williams just came out and had a show. Last week he had throwing expedition. Tonight, 14 rushes, total of 99 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also went 5 for 7 through the air, 78 yards and a score. He was effective tonight, and that was the difference. Second half, Woodland Hills was able to move the ball like it was nothing, and Penn Hills unable to do anything with it.
Well, the Wolverines 2-0, the Indians 0-2. Conference play starts next week for Penn Hills.
Yep, and that's what matters right now for Penn Hills. You're on to next week. And you heard the coaching staff. We heard them. They were talking to some of the guys. Don't get down on yourselves. You pick yourself up and you learn. That's the only way you succeed, and you get ready for next week. And that's what you got to do for your Penn Hills. For Woodland Hills, you keep the momentum going into Morelli Stadium in the North Hills to face the other Indians in Class 5A.
Non-conference game for the Wolverines. They're 1-0 in their conference, 2-0 overall after they beat Connellsville last week.
Yep.
But, the Indians, like I said, they need to go in and regroup. A much better performance this week. I mean, they were in the contest last week with North Allegheny.
Yes.
North Allegheny basically had three big plays. But they came away with the win, and Penn Hills wasn't able, they weren't able to really get their offenses going very well. But the Indians corrected a lot of things that I saw from them last week. They played much better, but they need to stop with the turnovers. 3 tonight.
Yep.
Especially the mistakes at the worst possible time. The blocked field goal, fumble at the goal line, interceptions in the red zone. Indians correct those mistakes. They could be a team that could make some noise.
Yeah, and they could be a team that people might not think catches you off guard, and you might come in sleeping on them, but they're a good team. They have the potential there, and Julian Duggar's only going to get better as the weeks go on, and that's I think the impressive thing that Coach LaDon and the Penn Hill staff can put their hat on. Like, he's only going to get better. He's only going to learn from his mistakes. So,
yeah. So once again, the final score from the Woodland Hills Wolverine, the Penn Hills Indians fall to the Wolverines by a score of 26-7. From our broadcast partner, R.J. Licey, from our cameraman, Helen Navari, with thanks to the folks here at Woodland Hills for their hospitality tonight. I'm Bill Navari. Thank you all very much for watching the Penn Hills Indians and the Woodland Hills Wolverines on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and the Penn Hills Indians Football Network. Good night, everybody.